What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here, and today I am here to bring you an update of my progress in League, where I'm at, what my plans are going forward, and so on and so forth. As you know, in my last video, I was covering a little bit of what I plan to do, and I have finally managed to get it to a point where I can, do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go over what I have going on right now, along with the future improvements, one of which is going to be a headhunter sooner than later, to finish off the build and to basically grind maps and just get as much as I can in value. So um, I basically spent my time recently just doing as best as I can to get my gear set up. I am actually res capped with the Thieves Torment. This is a perfect quant Thieves Torment. I am exactly res capped, so LE weakness will be really detrimental to me and probably kill me. I am also not evasion capped. If you can tell here, our physical damage reduction is 11, and I don't even think I have a base chance to evade. It doesn't look like I do. So, yeah. Um, we have 1800 life, so this is a very low life variant of this build currently. Eventually, I will be I will be getting my life up and getting things fixed up as I go, but as of now, I'm only going to be running tier 2 maps, so I'm not really too worried about the content difficulty just yet. I did have to do some finagling in my tree and find some res jewels and put them in using extra points just so I can get everything kind of settled. Our tree is looking a little bit like this. Now we're already spec'd in right here for the Inspire Learning, so this is going to be dropped as soon as I get my Inspire Learning in. I'm only going to be using one because I'm actually using the Lion Eye Fall up here. And this Lion Eye Fall is giving me access to a bunch of attack speed with bows, and then the stealing frenzies, and then more damage with bows. And then it's giving me crit chance, crit multi, and then I also have access to both the dagger mastery here and the claw mastery here. Because they aren't exclusive to claws, I basically get free mana gain on hit and life gain on hit from this. I can take life leech, but life gain on hit and mana gain on hit will basically sustain me. And then right here we get 100 crit multi from enemies on full life, meaning that they're going to be, taking a huge hit quicker. Now we are taking as much crit as we can, so our tornado shot can crit as best as possible. Currently at 46.2 crit chance and 363 multi. Not a whole lot, but it's enough to, kind of keep us sustained. We are currently using the Yuri's Demise, as I said before. We have a now perfect rolled gold room, Sedimas with LE weakness, Bisco's greeds, the Thief's Wind Ripper with faster proj, which helps tornado shot, and a Bisco's collar. Now I'm just going to go ahead and throw in a low tier map for you just so you guys can kind of see what the playstyle looks like and how it feels. I will warn you now, it is a very, very clunky build, and you will be missing movement speed on this build. But, if that's what you're into and that's what you want to do, go for it. I do recommend trying it out at least and seeing how you like it. So we're just going to go ahead and put one map in and ignore these. I was actually running some at Zeries for extra chaos, and then I sold the boots, so alright. So this is without any sack frags or anything like that, and I'm just gonna kind of show it off a little bit. My gems are level 20 now, so they do scale really well with my current setup. I only have one curse and no anoint on my amulet currently, but that will be changing sooner than later once I get the gold oils to anoint whispers, as I am using Sniper's Mark. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Ooh, a little bit laggy. Actually, I have to. There we go. Ooh, that is laggy. What is going on? Ever since the update, the game's been acting up a little funny, so just a heads up there. Now, as you see there, our shots are actually shooting behind us, and the reason that is, is because we actually
I'm not up to that
have
just yet.
that faster proj on, which makes your tornado shot actually shoot a little bit farther. Um, and of course, it has a little bit of an increase of damage. So, you know, all in all, it's a really solid setup for what we're trying to do. I am still using the mana flask. I don't really need to once I get enough juice on the map. And as you see, we are a very slow build. This is not a very fast one. Kind of missing my speedy speed of the Raider, but you know, you got to get used to it if you're gonna do the content, right? As you see, we're just blowing through the content. Don't really have to worry about anything hitting us. Now, when we get get to the next stage of the build, which is going to be the headhunter and a couple other things, you know, we're going to be good to go. However, I am starting this build way later than some people would. You know, I'm starting this build when I have the build done, and actually League started a Chaos-Reighn, which basically carried me all the way up to my level and everything like that. So, if you're looking to do this build, make sure you do it as a secondary build. I don't, especially now that there's a whole bunch of people kind of mentioning, you know, hey, MF this, MF that. So yeah, just keep an eye out. Things will be pretty expensive if you don't. All right, and that's pretty much our map. As you see here, we are able to kill content really easily. This is obviously low tier bosses, but we're able to delete the low tier bosses. And just like that, all of our stuff is cleared. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going. Let's go ahead and grab these fragments. All right, and let's see what we kringled this to. It got reduced armor, reflect damage. All right, we'll kringle our map. Another additional unique. Cool. So basically, we've been kringling a whole bunch of armors just to get them linked and sell them for like an X if we can. If that's what you want to do, I would recommend looking into that just because it is a decent amount of currency once you get it going. Um, Obviously, you know, it's one of the ways I've been making a lot of currency, so heist being the main way. If you guys want to see like further developments of this build, you're more than welcome to. But before I go, I'm going to teach you a little bit about oh, excuse me, how all this works. As you see, we didn't really get a whole lot here. It's not like the most amazing thing in the world, right? You know, I don't have a lot to show for it. However, this will change really soon once I get the proper watchstones rolled in this area and put them in. So basically, with the way the Atlas works is it snapshots the current watchstones in your device. So let's say, for example, we go ahead and put 4 watchstones in. So it's let me see, what is this? Can't take reflect. That's fine. Now what we do next is we're actually gonna pull. Let's just pull a stack of 10. I'm just gonna use these as an example. So additional shrine is fine. Pack is fine. Unidentified maps and what is that? Oh, that's fine, I guess. And sure. Okay. So now we have sextants on. This is 4 packs to help juice the map, so this is really good. Next thing we're going to do is, if you can't tell, all of our maps that are dropping that are white are Valdos, so we're only going to be running Valdos in tandem with each other over and over and over. Eventually I'm going to be running towers, and that's going to be how I'm going to be getting a lot of my value. But as of now, you know, I just got the build put together, so we're just kind of doing what we can do with what we have. And then let's go ahead and take some chisels, alks, and vals. So chisel the map. alkit valid. It went unidentified. That's fine. It gets even more quantity that way. So then what you do is you go into, like, where is it? Your scarabs, and you can put like breach scarabs. For example, I have a lot of breach ones. So I'll go ahead and just do it. I'll put a breach. I'll put 2 harbingers. I'll put, what else can I put? Elders usually use and stuff like that. Now, obviously you're juicing low tier maps, so just keep that in mind. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna go too ham. One of the things I will say is that because I am trying to juice rarity and quantity, you're gonna want to get rarity and quantity. Then you put, I only have 3 slots, but just like for example, just an example, I'll go ahead and put the reliquary, the harbinger, and the breach, and then I'll go and pay the, I get a first free beyond for free. And this will kind of give you an insight on how these maps work when you're doing, your low tier map grinding. Now, the reason why you want Beyond is a couple reasons. One is once you get your Inspired Learning, you'll start to get buff stacking really quickly. 2, which is the bigger thing, is the Headhunter. Beyond with Headhunter is just self-explanatory. Once you get that going, you're going to be able to fly through maps, even with your reduced movement speed. So, just something to look forward to once you get it going. And then after you have the Headhunter, it just basically flies through the content real easy. So, let's go ahead and show you a little bit about how this works.
My mana is gone.
Pretty much, this is all you're gonna do. You're gonna kill as much as you can as fast as possible. Come back from the demon realm and do it again. Then go back into the demon realm. And now, if you can't tell, we're getting more and more stacks. We already have 42 stacks and going up. And basically you'll be able to do this and get your whole map clear like this. And the fact that you have, multiple things like breaches, beyond, and everything going for you, you can just start stacking up the rarity more and more. And just like that, we're going to be full again. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I have to be careful because my current life pool is only 1800 and I need to fix that. It'll happen in time. So let's go ahead and kill that guy. Yeah, sorry if it's a little choppy. Unfortunately, I don't have my either my jewel or my headhunter, so I have to make do with, which isn't a lot right now. But if you can't tell, we're at 89 stacks, and it's just going up and up and up. And as it goes up, more and more rares, uniques, and everything like that will start dropping, along with currency. And you can kind of see how it just snowballs out of control. That first map I showed you was just me kind of showing it a little bit. I will say that when you get it going, you're definitely going to want to have your Headhunter and or the Inspired Jewel. Probably to start, obviously you're not going to afford the Headhunter, so get the Inspired Jewel so you can just, casually play and get it going as you get your stuff. As you see here, we're at 140 stacks. That's a lot of extra quantity stacking up. Now we can start getting charges. And pretty much this is all you're doing is juicing your Scourge bar as fast and best as possible, and then immediately going into Scourge and going off and just trying to get as many get. Now I do have a rusted unique scarab, so I am probably finding a little bit more uniques than normal. But I mean, once you get the rarity and quantity up, you can see here there's just stuff starting to fall all over the place. That's just pretty normal with this kind of thing. Now we have 200, and you can see it's just more and more loot, chaos orbs, everything. And we don't even have any of the Nemesis 3 or anything, and it's just going to keep stacking up like that. But yeah, pretty much that's essentially how you're gonna go about getting as much value as you can off of this. And then you just go back to killing. You start getting more and more stuff, more and more scourge points, and you know just casually grind through your maps, get as much rarity and quantity as stacked up as possible. Currently at 200, we have a pretty insane amount.
I'm not
Now,
up
if
to
we
that just yet.
go, one thing I will tell you is, if you're doing this and you decide you want to save your scourge, it is a very very good thing to do, because if you, for example, go over here to my breach, I open it and then I scourge, I can start killing them, and I'm gonna get a little bit of a bonus off of the enemies. Though I think I just got one tapped. Yeah, so just be careful not to get one tapped like I did. But yeah, with 1800 HP and no evasion, you're gonna get one tap. Once I get it a little more settled and figure things out a little more, I'll probably not be one tapped. I am also thinking about taking. We have 55% chance to evasion. I didn't see that. Okay, boom, one white socket. Great. Um, once I'm really thinking about taking my Greed's Embrace off, even though I lose 15 quant for a Hiri's Hire. This is going to add a lot of flat, but we'll see how I like the current playstyle and everything like that, as we go along. But you guys are experiencing this test with me for the first time, and as you can see, we are getting a pretty decent amount of loot. Nothing too crazy. Over time, you're going to start getting exalt drops, stuff like that. Obviously, this isn't like tower, so we're not getting any nurse drops. So that's one thing. That's a big downside about this. I've actually sold a couple of these rings at max roll, so we'll pick that up. But yeah, so this is pretty much it. After I'm done with this map and clearing it, I'll be glad to pop over and just kind of give you. Let's see, enchanted items. It's kind of lame. It's gonna give you a rundown real quick. But
My
yep,
mana is
this
gone.
is what you're looking for and what you're looking to do, and it's pretty profitable once you get it going. Oh, Nightmare Bassinet? It's the wrong one. What's a gavel? Is that the right one? Nope. Okay. As you see,
That ring is
rares are
slowing me
starting to
down.
drop just multiple good items. Now if we go over here and look, we have a couple contracts, a couple uniques, so on and so forth. And this, as you're going, this can happen. You can drop all kinds of stuff. You can drop, leather belts, headhunter if you're lucky, anything like that. And when you get that going, you can start selling them for a pretty big penny. I think they're 100x right now, or 100 or more than 100x. But yeah, just figured I'd kind of give you guys a quick little update on what my I guess goals are, and how I'm doing in League. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to cut the video out here. As you see, it's just pretty much done. I will be posting my second video a little bit later today, just to kind of get things fixed up and make sure I got the build kind of tweaked up and figured out more. Ooh, let me kill this guy real quick. And then when that comes, I'll be glad to give you an update on how it feels and what I'm doing. And of course, I'll be running with a partner who's going to be nerfing their damage and nerfing their kill ability, making it so they can not kill, and I get the killing shot. So that'll be a very fun thing to showcase as well. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.